Cue the chickens.
Yeah, they followed me right to the door.
I have faith that the chickens are going to crow while we're doing this.
And I believe you're right.
Uh-huh.
Belief versus faith. Actually, belief and faith aren't against each other. They don't verse each other. It's just they have the same and yet very different meanings. And they're intertwined. And the bottom line is you got to have both. Like the man said, your faith has made you whole. How many times did he also say, believe in me? And if you believe in me, you'll follow me. So, like I said, faith and belief are two words that we often associate with trust and confidence. Now, although these two words can be used interchangeably in some context, there are some differences. The main difference between faith and belief stems from their usage. Faith is mostly used to refer to religion, but belief is used in a variety of contexts. Faith is strong trust and confidence in something or someone. Faith specifically refers to something that cannot be proven by evidence. In other words, faith is not based on proof. Faith in religion is the strong trust and hope in God and the doctrines of any particular religion.
I'll win.
Faith is the main element in religion, although the concept of faith may differ according to different religions. It is the faith of the followers that keep a religion alive. The follower of a religion trusts and believes in substances and concepts that are neither seen nor felt. Most of the religions in the world are based on the existence of God, although the people who follow the religion have never seen him. This unwavering trust, confidence, and loyalty is called faith. Whenever a person who has faith in God is facing a problem, he or she believes that God will help them and show a way out of the problems. Thus, faith results in hopefulness and even optimism. Moreover, the word faith can sometimes be used to refer to the religion in an informal context. If someone asks you what your faith is, he or she is asking about your religion. Now, belief is based on trust and confidence as well. The Oxford Dictionary defines belief as the acceptance that something exists as is true, especially one without proof. And Merriam-Webster defines it as a feeling of being sure that someone or something exists or that something is true. The phrase believe in refers to trust and confidence in something. Belief can refer to your trust in a person, your acceptance of some concept or ideal, or even belief in God. In a religious context, there is a subtle difference between faith and belief. Belief in religion may imply that you believe the concepts taught in that particular religion are true. But belief is not as strong as faith in religion. In religion, faith is necessary. Yeah, without faith it is impossible to please, right? Well, with religion, belief may not refer to an unwavering trust and confidence in God, but faith implies to an unwavering trust. To believe something is to take it to be true. Belief is not faith. We believe in what defines our world. We each perceive the world differently and trust certain people or institutions. We each have a worldview that we believe to exist. Some people believe through faith. Some people believe through reason. The vast majority of people will believe through both in some degrees. Theists believe that their God and their religions through faith, but they will also believe their parents through reason. Their parents have been responsible for raising them, for educating them, and preparing them for adulthood. Their parents have been their moral guidance, and therefore they have their trust. Therefore, they have trust in their parents. They have reason to believe that their parents are responsible, and have reason to believe that the parents know what they're talking about. Now, if told that God exists by their parents, they have no reason not to believe that. It's only when this belief gets challenged that they rely on faith on the subject. Atheists tend to be more rational and use reason for their beliefs. Atheists do believe in mathematics and science. They may be more apt to say that they understand it rather than believe it because of the confusion between belief and faith. But the reality is, they do believe it through the use of reason. They do not believe it through faith because they too can do the mathematics and could do the science on their own. We can do physics experiments. We can do chemical experiments. And we can get the same results that previous scientists did. there is no need to accept it on faith. Faith is much less likely to come into play for an atheist, since faith is defined as belief without reason. An atheist may, for example, believe that life exists on other planets. Mathematically improbability indicates that this would be a certainty, but there is no evidence as of yet. This would seem like a reasonable belief, but if pressed to provide evidence, they would be unable to do so. Bottom line here is they are different, but only different to different people. In other words, we all have a different interpretation of what the words mean. Now here's our discussion about the subject before the research we just presented. So something that's been on my mind a lot here lately is that word believe. Really like to delve into that word because it means so much more. That obviously, because it says if you believe this will happen, if you believe this.
You believe something, I think you believe it as truth. Faith, you have to accept it without any.
You believe it, you have to, but you have to adhere to it, trust it, rely on it. It has to become part of you.
Believe. I don't think faith is in that spot though.
Faith is
because you're doubting it, or you wouldn't have to have faith. But if you believe it, you don't have to have faith. You believe it. That's all I'm saying. I see the difference that way.
Well, for me, faith is that something that helps you believe. Because
you've been told that. You've been told you have to have faith. And I don't think you do.
No, that's got nothing to do with it.
Okay.
This is a lifelong something going on within me that I've always known that things.
Believe.
I've always known that things are different from the stuff I'm being told, because I can't figure it out, and I'd never ran into anybody else that did. I said, okay, fine, I'll just go with that. But I have this core belief that it is something that is so a part of me that it's nothing that I could have produced on my own.
But you did.
But how? Without something else?
Because outside influences has caused you to believe that.
Since little, I believed that there was more than me, and that something was within me that was more than I was aware of.
That's not faith.
It is to me.
Faith is, I'm going to get that someday. I have faith that I'm going to start believing this stuff. That faith is the outside. If you believe it, you believe it. You're past faith. That's just the way I see it.
And the way I see it, it's just a little different. There's a little bit more. There's something spiritual in the fact that the belief appears there far back further than when you were making conscious choices. You just had a belief that there was something in you, on you, around you that makes things different.
I think making those conscious choices and then being the right choices because your belief is right.
Well, it's all tied in there together. It's absolutely. Yeah. And it's one of those things that's woven.
I think a lot of the problem with faith, and the reason people need that all-seeing eye looking at them and thinking God's watching me, that's the only kind of faith they got, is He's going to fix me if I do wrong. But if you have the belief of everything that Jesus told you, you believe those things, and you try to adhere as His example, that's believing in Him.
Right. If you love me, you'll follow me.
Well, that's belief.
Yeah,
I believe what He said.
If you believe in me,
I don't have faith in what He said. I believe what He said.
There's a difference. And the thing is, getting past a point of it where it becomes more than a thought, or it becomes concrete. It becomes something that you're absolutely certain of, which is something that's building up within me right now to the point where I thoroughly believe I really understand what He was saying when He said, I only do what I see my Father doing.
Well, that's exactly the point here.
But
he lived that because he believed that.
Yeah. And that was another slap at the Pharisee thing, because, well, my father would do this. This is what my father would do. I see what your daddy's doing, and this is what my daddy would do. My daddy would heal all these people. My daddy would feed all these people. But if he was here, this is what he would do, and I am his representative. So you know what, today...
Well, I'm here. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, you know what, today, you and me are here.
And that's the whole point I think he was trying to tell us, too.
Right.
You can do everything I do.
And what did he say after that? And greater,
You can do everything I do.
What must we do? Believe.
Yeah, but you don't have to have faith in me. You got to believe in me. That's the reason I keep trying to make the difference.
The believing in you is faith, basically.
Well, faith,
it becomes
everybody's turned the Bible into their faith. It's
well,
they're
that's where they're wrong.
Yeah,
because
I have faith in this Bible.
And see,
but do you believe it?
That Bible's just a book, and it's only that big. And this world couldn't fit all the stuff that's in the heart of God and His kid, because He said so.
Why do you think it's all in just that one book?
It's a living, growing organism, and you can do greater things than I if you believe. When you pray, believe.
Believe that it's already happened.
Believe that it's already happened.
Affirmative prayer.
Right,
yeah.
And that's the same thing that Greg Braden was talking about with the monks in China praying for that woman's tumor that disappeared while they were looking at it.
That's what the spiritual realm hears, understands, is affirmative, not negative.
Right, not hoping, not just knowing that, hey, that's not right, that's not supposed to be that way. None of that. The world says, I'll believe it when I see it, and Jesus said just the opposite, you'll see it when you believe it.
That's what He was trying to say. Don't have faith that it's eventually going to happen, and I'll believe it when I see it. That's faith. Believing is, you'll believe it. You'll see it and believe it.
And I want to be able to say that to people.
I'll probably find some stuff in there here. I'll find something. I know there's a dividing line between those two.
Well, absolutely. There is, but the fact remains that somehow they are woven together in an aspect that is beyond anything that I understand at this point in time.
I think that too much emphasis, though, when you want to stress belief, too much emphasis has been put on faith, and the emphasis needs to be put on belief. Because that's affirmative.
Follow me is an act. Yeah. Believe me is an act. Mm-hmm. It's following, adhering to, trusting.
You don't trust anybody you don't believe.
Right.
It all comes down to just that.
Yeah, if I believe in you enough, I'll have faith that you do what...
But I want to pull the faith word out.
Then go ahead.
Yeah. It just has too many negative connotations from the Southern Baptist I know.
Well, that explains that.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, they want to talk about your faith, and you must have faith.
Well, see, that's why I don't believe they understand what the true meaning of faith is. That's all.
That's my point. It's negative to me. Just like the word fear is negative to me.
The whole concept of why people need to argue, why, if you really believed anything at all, you wouldn't need proof. You would just believe it.
You believe it, but they only have faith.
I don't know what the hell they got.
No, they can't get faith because they don't believe that.
That's right. I don't even think they got. I don't think they have faith.
They don't.
They don't have faith.
What they need.
They need something. Let's finish this with somebody's definition of faith versus belief. A man walked a tightrope across the street, and the crowd cheered. He asked if the crowd believed that he could do it again. Yes, they all said. And when he asked, do you believe I could push a wheelbarrow across this tightrope? Yes, they all applauded. Great, he replied. Now, who will ride in the wheelbarrow? See, belief thinks it's possible. Faith rides in the wheelbarrow.